I've worked across Northern Ireland. This is my fourth trust as a director in Northern Ireland over the last 25 years as a director. I am horrified by the rotas, the medical staffing investment in the west of the Ban. And at previous council meetings, you've heard of predatory Altnagalvan. I can assure you, and I've said it at the last meeting, the medical staffing in the west is not good enough. It needs greater investment. It's outside my hands. I will need greater investment from outside, from the Department of Health and others. But the rota and vacancies, what attracts doctors, and I'm sure Ronan and Brendan can describe this much more eloquently than me, but there are multiple things that will attract medical staff. One is the size of the rota. And let's be clear what that means. If you have a 1 in 5 or 1 in 6, means 1 in 6 weekends, you cannot socialise. You have to be within 30 minutes of your hospital at all times. You cannot take a glass of wine with your dinner. You have to be available to the hospital round the clock. You'll have your sleep interrupted. You cannot have a family life and a normal. So I can't, so basically, it is vitally important that we have big rotas compared to the bigger centres in Belfast, etc. Our rotas are much smaller, and it's vitally important we boost those numbers. So I'm not surprised that there's been an increase in vacancy in consultant numbers, because across the UK, there's been a shortage of consultants. And there's a number of factors in that. Pension rules and all sorts of other rules have acted against the retention of consultant medical staff. Advertising trust-wide posts. We've spoken about this many times. I think the phrase I used in the past was, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. We've advertised for Southwest Acute general surgeons. We weren't successful. We advertised again this year. We were unsuccessful. So we've tried advertising for trust-wide posts so that if someone wants to work in the specialism, they can work in Altnagalvan. We can also get them to do their elective work and other work in Southwest Acute. Get them into the West, get a cadre of general surgeons into the West, and then see where we are with a bigger pool of staff. Again, a proper rota. But we can't cover 2 hospitals from 1 rota. In terms of, I'll pass to Mark, actually, in some of your questions.